just had this thought, and tell me what you think. We could draw oracle cards or something like that just to have a prompt to work with in coming out with light language, or would that just make it more complicated?
I'm in for all of it.
Okay.
I have oracle cards. Do you have oracle cards? We can.
I do have some in the room here, so I could grab a deck. Why don't we each do that? And I'll be right back. It's kind of funny because oracle cards are like they're a good prop if you have trouble like thinking of what to talk about or write about. You would think that wouldn't make a difference with light language, but I think it will make it easier.
Okay, so I have these two.
Okay. Mystical Shaman is one I've used myself, and I'm familiar with Kyle Gray, although I don't know that specific deck. And I have the Elemental Oracle, which is by Stacy DeMarco. It's just pretty cards and element things. Bottom of the deck is North, which is like my personal direction because my name is Nordquist, which means North Twig.
Yeah, like your surname is very northern Europe.
Yeah, it's Swedish surname specifically. And according to what I know about my ancestry, I'm 1/16 Swedish, but it's on the father paternal line. So that's where I get the name. I did get to set foot in Sweden for a few minutes a few years ago. It's a funny thing. So I mean to visit there like in a more extensive way when I have a chance.
Well, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful country.
Yeah.
And it's not Switzerland.
The other SW country.
Yeah.
I do know people who have trouble keeping them straight.
It happens to, like, when I talk with Americans, it happens a lot. What? Swiss? Is that close to, like, up in the north? No, not really. Okay. Oh, I have, because you haven't worked with these cards, so I thought I'd get. So this was at the bottom of the deck.
The Oracle. Wait for important information. Okay, that's a pretty card.
Yeah. And she's like, she looks very Eastern European.
Mm-hmm.
And look at the snake.
Snake, either a snake or a snake tattoo on the arm. Yeah.
It's a snake bracelet, I think.
Bracelet, okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Which is associated with oracling. Not even sure why, but it's part of the lore.
Okay, so let me read that quickly. Oracle. Be open and receptive to information. Gather facts so that you can make a decision that is in line with your integrity. The Oracle is the truth speaker and insight bringer of this deck, the ancestor who will be your best outspoken girlfriend, someone who will tell you exactly what you need to hear to move forward. In this deck, she is reminiscent of the Oracle of Delphi, a psychic priestess of ancient Greece, who was able to receive information and make predictions. She holds a bowl that has sacred smoke rising out of it, bringing the message to look beyond all you can see and gather information in order to make an accurate evaluation of your current situation. The extended message. Angels, ancestors, and the universe are speaking to you at this time. So look and listen for important conversations, signs, and messages that will point you in the right direction. You're being guided to wait for more information before making any fast moves because at this moment you are letting your wants get in the way of your need. facts. There's an opportunity for you to see everything clearly at this time, but you will only be able to do so if you're willing to truly open your eyes. If you've been waiting for further information about a choice you have to make or action you have to take, don't take matters into your own hands, but let what needs to be revealed be revealed. Then you'll know what to do next. Angels are supporting you. Trust them.
Love that.
And you know what Courtney's last message was on YouTube?
I know, I saw that. So, and that was funny. Yeah, she said an angel is trying to get your attention. And that made me think, yeah, that wild thing I found on the discount rack yesterday, which was a paper punch that makes things in the shape of feathers. And that's like an angel sign. And when I found it, I didn't even think that it might be a sign, but obviously it is. Yeah. And
Yeah,
now
I saw your post. That's beautiful.
I have the power to make feathers out of any piece of paper. So I must use that power. It's been entrusted to me.
Yeah. And so what does North say? Or can you hold that? Because I saw some sacred geometry on there as well.
Yeah, so I don't even know what the glyphs mean. Oops, let me get this better in front of the camera and not on glare. Yeah, these are on every card in the deck, so they're not specific to North.
Not even the ones at the bottom next to North?
Yeah, you'd think
Those
those would be, yeah, they're the same on every card, so they're just to make it look more mystical, I think.
Okay.
Expansion
And the
is the
ones in the
key word here.
background? Ooh, Jupiter energy.
Yeah, so the ones in the background probably are specific to this card, and it looks like there's an eye in the sky with some shapes around it. That must, obviously there's the northern lights, an Arctic
It looks
scene.
like a city in the sky.
Interesting. Well, that would work if we're connecting to like extraterrestrial civilizations who are sending information to us through our channels. So
it's a beautiful, beautiful card. I love the colors and the serenity of it. It's
oh yeah. So this is number one card in the deck, amazingly. It says, be guided, but do your research. Focus and honesty is needed to overcome obstacles. You know your true north, so be brave about the next steps. We may have a number of purposes in life, not just a single one. I think you just said that, didn't you? It is time for true adventure. Okay.
okay. So we are being guided to wait for some information but be open to the info, be open and receptive. Because I think maybe the energy that is coming through is the truth of you, the truth of me, that when we speak light language, that is actually the truth, the true vibration of us. And you are magnetizing what is there for you anyway.
Right.
So you're being called to just like wait, not force, as you were saying before, when you ended your corporate career, just like I ended my corporate career, because that was also all about force, and like I had to do so much shit that I didn't want to do, because for me it didn't feel right. It didn't feel like the right path.
Yeah. When I retired, I could tell in my body that I couldn't continue to do the corporate work. Not that there was anything wrong with it, but it wasn't the right thing for me. And because it took so much effort and intention just to get the simple tasks done. So
Yeah,
that
I
was a
had to
clear
meditate.
sign.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had to meditate every day just to go to work. Like
Yeah.
to calm my nervous system down, I had to like I was doing so much inner work so that I could go to work and do it in a calm way. It
Yeah.
just like it didn't make sense.
All right. So I think
You ready?
let's do some light language. Are we going to try to do it simultaneously or take turns or
Okay, I would say for me, I like the simultaneous at the moment, and then we can start taking turns. Just so let's say synchronize.
Sounds good. Let's see what
Calibrate.
happens. Yep. So I can't believe I just did that, and it's going to be posted on YouTube.
How does it feel?
Great.
That's what I found. Like I have always had some trouble like expressing myself in English or in German, like because my brain does both languages, and so I would just remember one of the words, but not in the other language. And
Right.
so, yeah. Oh, so like I speak both languages simultaneously, and that's not a problem. But then, like when I started speaking light language, it just came out. No struggle. It just comes out because that is exactly where I need to be. Yeah.
That's great. So my experience was a little different because when I started speaking light language, it felt awkward in the same way that speaking English into a tape recorder felt awkward to me. And I thought, I'm really going to have to practice this a lot before I, even let anyone hear it. But then the next week I was already posting things for other people to hear. But I was carrying this thought, I'm going to have to like practice and really get good at this before I do anything in public. And then here I am doing it anyway, and it's just fine. I don't see anything wrong with what I just channeled through light language. So maybe I didn't need nearly as much preparation as I thought I did.
Well, I don't see you dissolving into the ether.
Right?
I don't see a meteorite landing on your head.
Nope.
So I guess you're good.
Guess so. Awesome.
Okay, do we want to continue?
Yeah. Let's draw another round of cards if that's okay.
Oh, sure. I like this game. I'm doing it for the plot twist.
Okay, yes. This definitely counts as plot twist.
This time?
Okay, I gotta get my glasses on for this part of the game. The card I drew is plants. well, let's see, where's my camera? The keyword is growth, and there's a picture of, is this a moose? Picture of a moose.
That's beautiful.
But it's, well, whatever animal this is, it has a tree where its antlers would regularly be. So, tree is growing out of the head of this elk or moose or whatever it is. So clearly this is about channeling the wisdom of the plants, the living plants.
And the plants have some wisdom. And they're full of
Yes.
wisdom. Okay.
All right,
Do you want to read it?
Yeah, let me see just what the so the keyword is growth. It says magic is in everyday things. You can make something from nothing. Blossom, it's time. From small things, big things might grow if you begin it. That sounds positive.
That's beautiful. And the thing is that children, they can make a game out of a stick.
Yeah.
And that's innocence, that you can just pick something up and start playing with it without any conditioning, is what I'm hearing. Well, okay, so I decided I'll take the Mystic Shaman deck and have the circle.
The circle.
The essence is unification, interconnectedness, and a sense of continuum is what this card implies. The circle reminds us that we are all one, dancers in a unified, continuous, inclusive circle. This card reminds us of the cycles of life and the evolving self, ever-changing and always connected. Human, spirit, nature, the cosmos, all intrinsically connected. Okay, and if you look at like the hands,
yeah, they're like handprints. And of course, it reminds me, I've done a lot of shamanic circle work. So it reminds me of the part where we all drum together to harmonize our energies.
and that's what we're doing now, the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
We're harmonizing our energies, and anyone who's actually watching this is part of that circle as well.
Right. Everyone who's watching should feel free to speak light language along with us. Because why not?
Absolutely. It's a co-creation. Anyone who's watching this, because it's timeless, because it's on the internet, that like time doesn't exist.
Right.
And I love that concept that anything that's on YouTube is timeless because you can watch it at any time and it's always going to be the right time to watch it.
Right.
And every time you watch it, even if you've seen it something, you watch it again because you're a new person, you're actually hearing something different every single time. Okay, so like that is also the circle, but everything goes in a spiral. So the invitation is when the circle appears, it reminds you that you are connected to everything and everyone, including to spirit. Spirit's essence beats in your heart and inspires you to co-create your world, knowing that you count, that you have purpose in this world. Imagine even a smile to a stranger can change the course of a life. When the circle invites you to dance in the sacred steps of life, know that your work, your love, your service brings greater value than you can know. Stay the course, keep dancing, and all will be well. When the circle comes as your medicine, you're meant to come to an understanding of the importance of decay and letting go, the importance of dying to an old form and being reborn anew. If you're faced with a challenge of loss or disappointment, remember this. In the circle of life, nothing is ever wasted. Love will seek itself again. Prosperity will come from a new idea or opportunity, and spirit always waits for you to find your place in the dance again.
Nice.
It's beautiful because the thing is, nature is interconnected. If you look at the roots and the mycelium system, how the plants all talk to each other through the mycelium system in the underground, which if you look at it, it's I would say it's pretty similar to our fascia as well. How our body speaks to each other.
Something I'm now curious about because I've never heard of it. All right. So we're going to channel light language from circle and plants.
It's the circle of life.
Yes.
No koyash Etuene kayash no korokoya. No koya na kaya setiki ne kaparakea.
And du couru by la toujours. Avec le roi, dans la cité d'or, à ma aïe de roi, par accord.
No korokoya na
À la bébé, à cette pauvre, à pas d'accord pour. L'eau est finie, à pas de groupe, on va te trouver, à pas arbo.
Ene kea ko ono koresh kete e tea tu uni kia shataka e naka. No unu korokoya neaka. Pea shatatu unu neaka. E shataka nishatu unu kina kia sasatikia brakea ko onu e shatia. O ko une shatake he he. No o torokuno yeshati nika ara kaya ko unuku. Noroku iana kaya shata untu inikia. Ampaparea kara kea o kokokoea. Isto to umea ka.
De vaisseau. Et tu racontes pas. Avec des questions. La toba. Am fa da dora gara para tu. Et te dire pas voilà. Avec des jours pour la record. Atal potora ba tu ne peux pas. A fa torre tu. A fi tu fo.
Ono korokoea na kea shata to no kuini kea ka. Reikesh ko ono korokoea na hea ka. E shata in kukoro kuine kia ka ene. To ono korokoea ene kea shata to ne kena ha.
A fa ta suraba. An a tare ke te para ko. A va tu pas. A te torre ke to. A va. A te to va ke pa. And a to. A te ka para vete show. Fa veri. A europeo. Pare. A te tu ko pa.
Turokokora shata te ya. What he said.
Fun.
It's fun. Do it for the plot twist. Do it for the plot twist.
Yeah. Yep. No one saw that coming.
I also love it, like that you have done a lot of shamanic work.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am doing a lot of things that actually, like, I am. That's one of the things that I'm doing in Mexico is learning, remembering, walking the path of the shaman in Mexico. Is like I have land now it's between Chichimila and Choquen in Valladolid, like very close to Valladolid. And Choquen for the Mayans is the center of the world. And the Mayans believe that this is how the story goes, that when the world disintegrates, that 𝒸Ⅎ𝓇 will still be there. I mean, there's a lot of, I understand that there's a lot of distortion on that. However, I only found out that, so someone told me that there is the highest, the most amount of shamans living in 𝒸Ⅎ𝓇 in Mexico. I had no idea. But so one of the people I'm actually working with, I remember walking that land with him as like brother and sister shamans.
All right. So it's interesting and maybe ironic that I have studied very little with shamans in North America. So much of my training is from the Foundation for Shamanic Studies, which is an academic approach to shamanism. So not directly apprenticing or learning from a traditional shaman. But then when I have traveled to study shamanism, I went to Ireland and England to study people who had tapped into the mystical traditions there.
Yeah, the Celtics.
Yeah.
I'm my blood is 50% Celtic.
Okay.
A lot of it is Nordic, and some of it is like I have Icelandic is in there as well, and then Eastern European.
All right.
I'm a combination of European shamans, actually. Like one of my ancestors was a shaman in Iceland.
Okay.
I had someone tell me that. Yeah, I think I'm going to take this deck next.
Okay.
Yeah. I have the Native Spirit deck.
Oh yeah. I recently bought that and haven't used it yet. So so I will be familiar with it in the future. But yeah, I know that deck.
Amazing.
Yeah. So Denise Linn is Native American heritage, and I've learned from her books about working with the energy of your space. So one of her first books was not even very spiritual in approach. It was about space clearing. Her later books really were more explicitly spiritual, but even that first book brought forth her experience and understanding of the energies of a place that you're in, which has an intelligence of its own if you let it express itself.
Yes. Something that I've come to learn and experience just by actually experiencing it and tapping into the consciousness of where I am. Each place that you're in, like because when I was in Mexico, I was traveling from Airbnb to Airbnb, and so I travel with crystals, and so I have these crystals that I would always put in at the front door. Actually, that one right there, it's
okay.
It's shungite that has a dragon on it, and so because I will always create like an atmosphere for the room for the space to be able to speak safely.
Yeah. And yeah, it makes me think I should be doing that more than I have. I know how to, and then I just often don't think about it.
I have no idea. I haven't, I didn't know that I was doing it. I've always done it, but I didn't know about, I wasn't aware of it until lately, understanding about crystals. It just falls down, and when any of my friends have a topic, like this, and I'll just say, okay, you need this crystal right now, and I'll put it in their hands, and they immediately say, oh, yeah, that's better. And like every room, this place is full of crystals. So like, there are crystals up there. There are lots of crystals there. I I have them all over the place, but I had no idea that I was doing it until recently.
Hmm.
That but the thing is that you're doing it perfectly. There is no right, there is no wrong.
Yeah.
You're doing the exact thing that needs to be done because either maybe your space doesn't need it, the space that you're in, because you've already created an amazing space with all the music that you make.
The space definitely supports the music making, and the music making enlivens the space. But I'm looking around at things that are not on camera, that it's just sort of a chaotic and cluttered space, and I intend to work with it. And,
Well, I'm a manifesting generator. So that's part of the deal. At least
okay.
me.
Yeah, I'm
I
a
do have
projector. That we're talking about human design, energy types. Yeah, projector. I had to, when I learned, that was one of the first things I learned in human design. And I said, this makes so much sense. I'm trying to pretend to be a manifesting generator, and it just doesn't work because I run out of energy. So yeah, I was definitely pushing myself too hard, trying to implement my own ideas, and that's not the way a projector is supposed to do things. So yeah, that was a good, helpful lesson for me to integrate.
Yeah. And the thing is that I'm not a generator,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't act like a generator, which is do this, then this, then this, then this, then this, then this, then this. That like gets me antsy. I feel like because I can't like I see that doesn't need to be done. That doesn't need to be done. That doesn't need to be done. So I can just like skip over that because that's like let someone else do that. Doesn't bother me because my energy is to get shit done as quickly as possible, get to the end result as quickly as possible, and then circle back if needed.
Mm-hmm.
But I work so fast, generators can't keep up. Projectors, you guys, you work really quickly, but only for 2 hours, and then you're like out, done, finished, bye.
Yep.
And I can work for 12 hours, no problem, do 300 things at the same time, multitask, like we are the multitaskers.
Yeah.
And it needs everyone. And so you know, when I was in corporate, that is actually like I learned about my own human design, and so I started educating other people on their human design. And so, okay, you're a projector, you're not meant to you're not meant to work here 9 to 5.
Yeah.
That like that's killing like oh yeah, of course you have a backache, of course like you have all of these ailments is because you aren't working according to your energetic build. And yeah, I know, but and but and but and buts. And I mean they're
Mm-hmm.
still there and they still
Yeah.
have all these ailments. But that's
Yeah.
like it's not my karma. And I
Right.
just said like come back when you want, like when you really want to change.
Right.
And until then, I'm just going to love you for the way you are and sit next to you, love you. Just love you and sit next to you. That's it. I'm not gonna
Yep. Yeah.
give you any advice. I'm not gonna do anything.
You can't fix other people's problems for them. No.
Yeah, but they don't need to be fixed. That's the other thing.
Yes. That's a great lesson.
Huge lesson.
Yep.
Huge lesson. Okay, so the card that I pulled, just well, like I shuffle and then a card
Yep.
just falls out, which is a very, very interesting one, which is the one of the shaman.
Shapeshifter. Okay. Yeah.
Because we were talking about the shaman and look at the
Mm-hmm.
animal there.
That's, yeah, looks like an elk.
We have the moon, and we are in Cancer now, and so the moon is the ruler of Cancer.
Okay.
It's um Cancer is all about your emotions. It's a water sign. And it's about nurturing yourself, nurturing other people. And there's like also being homey and inside of the shell. So, and Cancer, because it's, there's the crab, they only move sideways. So they don't move forwards that way, they'll move forwards that way.
Yep.
Okay, so shapeshifter card meaning you can be anything you desire. Let go of attachment to your identity. See the world around you with new eyes. Be malleable. Experiment with different ways of viewing reality. See the point of view of others. If you haven't been able to manifest your dreams, maybe you need to shift the way you see the personal situation. Your native spirit wants you to know, in earth-based cultures, shapeshifters had the mystical ability to transform into other forms of consciousness. It said that these beings were not imagining that they were changing into a specific animal, plant, or stone. They could actually morph into another shape. Just because most people today don't think this is possible doesn't mean that it's not true. This card shows you because it wants you to know that your past does not need to equal your future. Simply shifting your point of view or your belief system can bring an entirely new destiny into being. The journey. To deepen your ability to shapeshift, simply imagine that you're an animal, bird, plant, or stone. Make it as real as you can. Doing this deepens your ability to shift your beliefs and limiting decisions that perhaps have held you back from fulfilling your highest destiny. Sorry.
Destiny or destiny?
A misnomer, but maybe it wasn't.
Yeah. And so, yeah, shamanic traditions have talked about shape-shifting for quite a long time, and it's interesting how closely that resonates with the current conversation about shifting your identity to align with your goals. So the shamanic tradition can certainly show us that it's possible to shift our identity, to shift who we are. Yeah, shamans used to do this just to show off or just for fun. Like, I'll be a fox today.
Let's see how it is. Yeah, and the thing is that I know of shamans that can do it. So like I've been working closely with one, and he was actually so I haven't met him personally, but he was the one who told me I had to go to Palenque for the equinox. Like I heard his voice in my head.
Okay.
Although I've never met him, and I've only been working with the person apprenticing with him.
Like he's supervising on the spirit level.
Yeah, that exactly. So anyone working with that person, that is actually literally what he was doing, was working, like he was supervising everyone who's working with that person. Yeah.
All right. The card I pulled is Inner Core. Let's see if I can hold this up in a way that it's a very pretty card. So it has a dove in the center of this circle. I think this is a circle of hands and creatures, and it's like exploding up into the sky. The key word here is solidity. So
and there's spaces there too.
Yeah, so that this doesn't look like a picture of solidity. It looks like everything is moving independently all at the same time. Let me see what the book says about inner core. It says, stay constant in your endeavors. Do not stop your progress. Seek those who are reliable and solid. Keep your promises. The greatest power is from the inside out. So this reminds me of the word integrity. I sometimes use integrity in not just in keeping your word, but keeping yourself intact as you move through a series of challenges. So it wasn't too long ago when I learned about the keel of a ship and the role that it plays in stabilizing the whole structure so that you can steer through turbulent waters. And I think that's a beautiful metaphor for stability and staying on course regardless of what's happening around you.
Yeah, and that is actually, so integrity is my highest value. It's my top value.
Right.
So, and it's not about like keeping to a promise that I make to someone else. It's about keeping to the promise that I make to myself.
Right.
So it for me, the integrity is being integral with myself. And if I say I'm going to do this, like that is choosing me. That is how I define choosing me and not abandoning myself, is because what I can do is I can keep a promise that I made to someone else, but then I will abandon myself because it goes against a promise that I made to myself.
Mm-hmm.
And because sometimes a situation like that comes up. And so I get to make a choice of, am I going to be integral towards myself, or am I going to be integral towards the other person?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's one of the major lessons that we have been hearing about choosing yourself, like in the put your own oxygen mask on first kind of mindset. So that when you take care of yourself, instead of sacrificing yourself to please other people, you end up getting the best results for everybody. But that is a hard lesson to learn if you've built your life around making other people happy and making sure that everyone else is doing well. So yeah, that's something that has been a lesson. It's a current lesson for me as well.
Oh yeah, recovering people pleaser.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I know that this is for projectors. This is an especially hard lesson because you guys, like, you want to belong, and you always have to wait for the invitation.
Right.
Because if you don't, when you don't, it blows up in your face. Because like I've seen it many times. I've seen it many times, and my sun gate is a projected gate. So whenever I give advice, which is unsolicited, it blows up in my face too.
Yeah.
Just that it's not like it doesn't go into the core being of me, but I know for projectors, like, that is who you are. You're here to guide us. You're here to amplify what is, like, you guys can read our energy easily and effortlessly and amplify it and reflect it back if you don't understand what's going on. Or you can just let it flow through you and not attach to it and still see it and give and provide the advice that is there because you see it so much, you see it clearly because it's amplified in you.
Yeah.
So I mean, I know. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so this is part of the human design lore for projectors. We have to, as a projector, I do better if I wait for the invitation, meaning don't just assert myself into someone else's situation, but wait till someone asks me to, or when the situation unfolds naturally so that I can contribute to what's going on. But yeah, when I try to step in and solve other people's problems and sort everything out, even if I'm pretty sure I have the best ideas of what really needs to happen, it doesn't work without the invitation. It just makes it messier.
Exactly. And the thing is that I know that, like, I love having projectors around me. Because I know that you guys love my energy. But also at the same time, I know that you have the best solution. You guys always have the best solution. So, like, I will come up with a solution and then I'll have my projector friends say, how can this be better? And like, I give you the invitation. And also because I also know that you need to be seen. And so I will also see you. As I mean, I see everyone anyway.
Yeah.
But
so, and we are literally here on screen together because Stephanie invited me to do a light language session together with, very little idea of how we were going to do it and what it would look like. So here we are.
So here we are. And yeah, okay, yeah, and I didn't know that you were a projector. I literally invited you.
Literally. Yeah.
Amazing.
So let's do this round, and a reminder that my card is inner core or stability, and I've already, or solidity, I think they said. And remind me what card you pulled.
The shapeshifter.
Shapeshifter, right? Yes. Yeah,
okay, so you choose your identity.
Yeah, I feel like light language is shapeshifting with our voices. It's the same energy. Quiero aveciador en jogo o foto. Elo obararo poco turbo. En obriga la bola de turbo. Effetto avetoco. En el video apeturo.
Ono koene ya shete ena ko oidue ne ya a kaya shete kina ya kaya. O turuku unu kuene ya arake ya shete kini ya. Era ko unu yini ya shete unu ku nukuro koya ne tuishte tien. Ara he kia na ko unduishte ni kia ne shete kia hoko.
Avedo Aragus Edepo, Avedo Piquero, Oja de Percudov, Avete to Bo, Edepo, for a four, Araparajo, Aja to do, Amete to Bo, for the four, Paleto to Bo, Eke to do, O Fetigo.
Ono kuya shite ki hene kia otoku unukuini ya momoko ya shite ko omabaya shite ini kia totoro yo shopo ono koya enimia e shite of to huni kia eni e shite of no oye hekera e istutu unukuene kia no shite tu mia ta ya shite ko ono hoya na kei nere shite te akare shite tu unuku oena.
Para ir a ver a la chica a usurpaba. A ver, o bay, ero que no copa, a ver, eres una para to, a ver, a beber, a beber fútbol, and it's a tote, a ver, to go or a ver, a wolf, a like a wolf, and a babe, a total raw.
Ina kia shana oho no oko ono kaya amahe se tikino kusho no moho yana rahe kia shon tuinia rahe kina ku moyane ne esto tu uno koraye se tikina ka arakia usutu uno kuina ha arafa kopoyane yesho uniana ka aha yesho uno kuemaya rahe este tikina ko o he na korokoye no ono ona kia na ese te kia tu ono kuena ka araheshta te kitu unu ini ka yeshta te tiaka.
But if I just a pa, under the over a bit of a jato, a caturable pato of a titubo, and a woman of a dora, malaforo, a caturable.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
wow.
you.
Like I felt this in the second round, my whole chest was just like expanding in the second round. And this time I felt it more in the sacral area of whatever was going on. Well, I felt like it coming from the sacral, going through my heart and then coming out.
Mm-hmm.
But in the second round, I was like, from my heart center, and my whole chest was just expanding. I was like, oh.
So I find it interesting that you felt that in your sacral, because for me, this quality of stability um, uh, flows through the sacral chakra, which is connected to, I think of it as connected to the water realm, the oceans. So it feels natural that this idea of the stability of a ship is also in that same realm. So I personally wasn't paying attention to where I was feeling that in my body. But in this last round, what was interesting to me is I was receiving, like in concepts that I could well understand and could express in English, I felt clear what I was conveying through the light language, which is usually not the case. But this time I definitely had a
Share.
clear message. So for me, what I was expressing was, it was a kind of reassurance that that you know how to do this, you know what you're trying to do, you can navigate this circumstance, and you can be what you need to be to meet the challenges that are ahead. So
For me,
yeah,
the last thing you said was, and you are loved.
all right. So that I didn't hear, but I believe it.
Like I
Makes
felt it.
sense.
The last thing is,
Okay.
that's why I went like this. I was like, oh gosh. And you are loved. That's what I heard at
Mm,
the end.
all right.
No matter what happens, everything is unfolding the way it has to unfold for your highest and biggest expansion. And so the thing that was always coming through is like, this is our lives are the cosmic joke, and stop being so serious
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to be too serious while speaking light language, because it's the kind of thing children would do. And you really have to shed some significant amount of dignity and propriety to be willing to speak light language. So it's nice in that
Interesting words
respect.
are you using? For me, it was releasing judgment about myself.
Mm,
Because when I judge myself, other people start to judge me. And I mean, people are going to judge anyway, but it doesn't trigger you when you stop judging yourself.
yeah.
But it's interesting the word that you use the word dignity to release your dignity.
Yeah.
Uh, do you want to go deeper into that?
So yeah, this is like the not the core of your personal dignity, but the social construct of dignity, where it's about being well behaved in the context, in the social context that you're in. Um, so, um, for me, I have a lot of fear and conditioning around the way I behave when people are watching, and like I better not do the wrong thing, or someone will judge me or chastise me or pull me aside later and tell me to do it differently. So yeah, that's the kind of thing I'm shedding just to be able to like speak on YouTube, to be able to speak light language. I have to release a lot of that conditioning and be able to express myself in a more immediate and authentic and childlike way.
Absolutely. Oh, there are two core fears. There are two fears that we have. The fear of falling down off of heights, like falling off a
Yeah.
cliff,
Mm-hmm.
and the fear of not belonging.
Yeah.
Because when we are exorcised out of the social construct, we die.
Yep.
Or actually, that has been the past up until the 20th century.
Yep.
The thing is that, like in the most abundant world that we live in today, you can live by yourself a wonderful life if that's what your soul came here to do. You don't have to belong to the tribe. And the thing is that because we are now all interconnected in a way that we've never let's say these are all shortcuts. We have always been interconnected, just because we're not aware of it, just because we the autistic kids, they're able to use telepathy very, very easily, and we have to remember it again. So we get to remember how to use telepathy, and then we're interconnected again. But right now we're all using the shortcut of the internet. And so when we now have the interconnectedness that hasn't existed for a very, very long time on Earth.
Yeah.
And so we get to find our tribe in all corners of the Earth, which is amazing.
It is amazing.
And like that's what I love about Courtney. And this isn't the only group that I've been in, but this is a group that, like, one of the groups that I've been in the longest. Because a lot of time, like, I hop in somewhere and then I will outgrow the message and then I'll leave again.
Right.
But with Courtney, like I would say everything that she says resonates very much with how I've lived my life. And like I just listened to Genius June, I think day 13.
Okay.
Today, because it's like we were told to go and listen to Genius June, so I'm doing that. And I mean, what you say about the social constructs and the collective, so I call it collective consciousness, the rules,
Yeah.
I've always, like, I've broken them most of the time.
Yeah.
Not because I'm a rebel, like a rebel, but because those rules never felt they were always very confining.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, I think I never felt like, as a child, I knew that the rules didn't really make sense. And I could see the shortcomings in them. But at some point I made a decision that I was going to be like conformant and obedient in a way that would make sure that I survived and succeeded, which, that had its advantages, and I had a whole like profitable corporate career, but it also, that decision is, I have to undo a lot of it now just to free myself to be who I actually came here to be, which was not someone who was trying to be like everyone else.
And that's the thing, it got you this far. It got you to where you are right now. Without making that decision, you wouldn't be here.
Correct.
We needed to survive. We needed to go through all of those challenges and to go through the I don't usually use the word pain, I use discomfort. So you needed to go through the discomfort of living that life, because otherwise you wouldn't be where you are now. You wouldn't be in Courtney's group. We wouldn't be meeting here, because it's so unlikely that each of us exist. And then meeting at the same time, and you creating that audio that I decided, oh yeah, I'm gonna listen to this, and then something said, text him and say, how about we have a light language discussion? And now we're here.
Yep. Yeah.
Like two unlikely events colliding.
Yes.
And everything that happened up until now, all of the distortion that we went through, all of the conditioning led us to this now moment.
Yeah. Which definitely is weird and unpredictable enough that it counts as a plot twist. Which
yeah. And
that's our homework this week, to have a plot twist every day. So this definitely counts.
Oh, it counts. And I love that you said, let's use oracle cards for each theme. I love that. Like that for me was a plot twist.
Okay. Yeah, that just came to me. Like I couldn't even say where it came from, but it felt right.
Source.
Yeah.
You're an employee of Source now. You always were. And so am I. And so am I. And this is the fun that I get to have, that you get to have. Like, that's actually why I started my podcast, is because I love having weird and wonderful conversations with people and talking about their awakenings. And I'm here with you, freaking talking light language.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, thank you for inviting me. And I'm sure it's best that you didn't tell me that you were going to record it for the podcast, because I would have been more intimidated.
It's on the channel at the same time. So there's there are messages and there's a podcast. The thing is that whatever we just did, we just jumped timelines. Yeah. And
so my hope is that through our conversation and examples, someone who is thinking about light language and isn't sure if they can do it will see from our experience that it is something that they can. I hope someone watches this and gets that out of it.
And they will absolutely. This will trigger them to start speaking light language. And it's not just going to be one person. I know that for a fact.
Right.
Okay, so thank you so much, Paul. It has been a pleasure. I had no idea that was going to stream through us, but this is the fun life that we get to live.
Yay. Yeah, thank you, Stephanie. Thank you for inviting me. This has been very cool.
Very cool. Okay, so thank you very much. See you soon.
Yes.
Bye.
All right, bye.
You thought you were losing your mind, but you're just remembering who you are. The signs you've been seeing aren't signs, they're coordinates written in the stars. Every crazy thing you've seen, every vision, every dream, every nobody would believe me. That's your energy, vibration and freedom.